where we examine the major debates in world football and give you, the fans, the fors and against to make the big decisions. So let the arguments begin as we take an in-depth look at who should be crowned the greatest player of all time. Pele. Pele set the precedent for the rest of his career when he led Brazil to their first ever World Cup title, scoring a hat trick in the semifinals and a brace in the final of the 1958 World Cup. As a 17-year-old, Pele went on to have one of the most prolific careers in history, and to this day he holds numerous records such as most goals in a career, most World Cup titles, most hat tricks, and the youngest player to win, score, and produce a hat trick in the World Cup, just to name a few. Pele was the definition of clutch, scoring in every major final match or tie he ever played in, which included the World Cup, Copa America, Copa Libertadores, and the Intercontinental Cup. During the second half of his career, Pele played in the number 10 role or as a withdrawn forward, and his playmaking abilities were highlighted by his 10 World Cup assists, which would break the modern-day record of 7. He was arguably the most complete player of all time. From sombrero flicks and shots from half to immortalizing the number 10 jersey, Pele innovated football and set the blueprint for the modern era of the beautiful game. Lionel Messi. Messi was marked for greatness since before he made his full debut for Barcelona at the tender age of 17. Really, it was clear he was special from the moment Barca decided to bring him from Argentina to the halls of La Masia. Since then, all he's done is prove his ability over and over again, defying expectations to set record after record, win trophy after trophy, and still somehow managed to blow our minds with his incredible feats day in and day out. With over 600 career goals for club and country, Messi holds countless records both at the club and international level. And it doesn't really look like he's slowing down even as he approaches 31 years of age. In fact, it almost seems like he's getting better and better as he gets older. And last year's tally of 54 total goals is better than any season he's ever had but 2 previous. Diego Maradona. Maradona epitomized the role of a number 10. An attacking midfielder who caused as much damage with his passing as he did with his goal scoring. Short in stature but huge in presence, he could make the ball do whatever he wanted, and was always that player that the opposing defense had to single out. He was a perfect mesh of magic and grit, and his will to win was made evident with his title triumphs for Napoli, helping the club win their first ever Serie A titles. With no exaggeration, he was considered a god in Naples, and his leading Napoli from mid-table underdogs to league titles is arguably a more impressive club achievement than any of these other players ever accomplished. And then there was the big one, as he was the talisman for the Argentina side that won the 1986 World Cup. He was crowned the best player in the tournament with the Golden Ball, and his goal in the semifinals against England has been dubbed the goal of the century. This tournament was testament to his ability to deliver in the big moments. Cristiano Ronaldo. His dedication to greatness is unmatched, and his hard work has set the foundation for his legendary career. Consistently amongst the top scorers in Europe for a decade, his electric performances have led to numerous titles for club and country. His will to win dragged Portugal to their first ever European title, and for Manchester United and Madrid, he holds every major title he's ever competed for. When it comes to goal scoring, he may be the most complete forward of all time, being equally as dominant in the air, with both feet, and on set pieces. One of his greatest attributes is that he's been able to dominate 2 of the best leagues in the world, winning the Ballon d'Or and Champions League as both a member of Manchester United and Real Madrid. Ronaldo's even had the ability to change his style from an electric dribbler to now being arguably the most clinical forward in the world. Not many players can alter their playing style the way Ronaldo has done, and this is testament to his hard work and understanding of the game. Pele's career ended in 1977, which meant that he played during a time when football was a slower version of what it is today. He also never played in Europe, which is home to the best leagues and club competitions in the world. And as for his 3 World Cup titles, he only took part in the group stage of Brazil's 1962 World Cup triumph before getting injured, meaning that he only really had a major influence in 2 of Brazil's World Cups, even though he gets credit for 3. This emphasizes the fact that Pele played on teams that were stacked with talent, and his titles had a lot to do with the players around him, rather than Pele carrying his teams. The biggest knock against Messi is his body of work outside of Barcelona. While every single one of his counterparts has helped lead his nation to a major international trophy, Messi's Argentina medal count still stands at 0. And the argument that it's all his teammates' fault is wearing thin, as Messi has 0 goals in the knockout rounds of the World Cup, has missed crucial penalties, and has never been able to gel with some of the most talented players in the world. Add in the fact that Messi played his entire professional career in Spain, comfortably seated at his throne in Barcelona, who will do and spend anything to surround Messi with the best players in the world. Is he the world's greatest, or is he more of a system player? Maradona's off-the-field issues meant that his career did not have the longevity or sustained excellence as the others on this list. We're talking entire careers here, and Maradona failed to be at his best from start to finish. Simple as that. And even at his peak, his most memorable achievement at the '86 World Cup is shrouded in skepticism. His hand of God is now the stuff of legends, as Maradona cheated to give his Argentina the lead against England, sending Argentina to the semifinal. None of these other legends have had to cheat to deliver on the highest stage, which puts Maradona at a huge disadvantage. Ronaldo lives and dies by the goals he scores. When the goals dry up, his influence on the game is nowhere near the level of the others in this group. His game is built on his clinical nature and not his creative genius. His selfish mentality on the field is the dual-edged sword that drives his success. So while his personal stats are off the charts, Ronaldo is in many ways not seen in the same light as past Manchester and Madrid club legends. And given the state of modern football where the rich only get richer, his club titles and awards are not nearly as impressive as they once were. He plays for a club that spends billions to give him the best chance at winning club titles and to pile up the stat sheet. Madrid have the financial backing to make themselves Champions League favorites every single year, and Ronaldo, more than anyone else on that team, reaps the benefits. While Pele never played for a European club, he played regularly against Europe's top clubs and international sides. He played a whopping 181 games against European competition and scored an insane 186 goals, meaning he actually had a better record against European teams than South American. And at a time when almost all international stars played domestically, South American leagues were among the best in the world. Yes, Pele played when football was a bit slower, but he also played in a time of rough tackles, no yellow cards, poor pitches, and poor equipment, which makes his longevity and statistics even more impressive. Pele dominated the world scene time and time again, and his claim for the best player of all time is argued off the back of prolific stats, innovation, and consistency. It's easy to get caught up in the arguments against Messi. He's got no trophies for Argentina. He's never played for a different club team. The system at Barcelona is designed to get the very best out of him, and his supporting cast is better than just about any other team in the world. So then, why hasn't any other player in the modern era, aside from Ronaldo, done what Messi's done? It's simple. Because to attempt to relegate a transcendental talent such as Messi to the level of system player is laughable. Not only has Messi sustained performance at an unheard of level for over a decade now, he's done it with a rotating cast of characters around him, multiple coaches, and he's performed against world-class teams from around the world at the very highest level possible, over and over again. While Maradona's relationship with the game became increasingly strained, his career is still regarded as stuff of legend. From scoring a controversial goal via his hand and then absolutely torching the opposition 5 minutes later with what might be the greatest World Cup goal of all time, that was Maradona. You hate him 1 minute and then you're left stunned when you're forced to witness his brilliance. If it only took an eyeball test to judge a player's ability, then this probably wouldn't even be a debate. When you need a moment of magic in the big moments, you'd be hard-pressed to pick anyone ahead of Maradona. His claim to be the best player of all time is backed up by any metric you can think of. Over the course of time, the most important variables are statistics and titles, and on numbers alone, Ronaldo's resume rivals anyone in history. As for his pure footballing ability, during the first half of his career, Ronaldo's influence on the game went well beyond just his goals, and he was one of the most electric dribblers we've ever seen. And compared to the others on this list, his domination of two of the world's best leagues is something he holds above all of them. Also, his leading Portugal to the Euro 2016 title may just be his most impressive achievement, especially being that it's harder to win with Portugal than Brazil or Argentina. He's a stone-cold winner, and his dedication to greatness has placed him among the top players in history. It's a debate that will rage on forever, but one thing is for certain. All four of these legends were a godsend to the game. How would you rate these legends? Join in on the Copa Debate down in the comments and let us know what you guys think.